rebuilding, but they hadn't completed the wave run-up analysis, so they did issue that with a very conservative approach. In New York City, they've since issued a work map in which they've done more of the analysis, and that's resulted in those elevations being lowered and the V-zones getting a bit narrower. Unfortunately, and I don't know a good way of doing this, but there's a lot of people in New York and in New Jersey that think that it's because of their political pressure that those maps changed. And I'm not saying FEMA doesn't respond to political pressure, but they don't make technical changes because of political pressure. They might look at a site and pay a little more close attention, but they're not going to falsify something. Yes?
Does the community get points for rehabilitation of a dam, of a high hazard dam?
So they get
Points for that program for like a rehabilitation of a high hazard dam?
The question is, do communities get points for rehabilitation of a high hazard dam? I'm actually not certain. I'd have to look in the CRS manual to find out. You would probably get points though. Let's say there's a dam break analysis and you make that information public. You would yeah, you would get points for that. It's just, flood hazard information. It doesn't mean that somebody in that zone outside of the FEMA map flood zone needs to do anything. It's just an awareness and emergency response kind of thing. Scott?
When it comes to local floodplain development permits, I often, besides the obvious building on a parking lot, building on a structure, there's these kind of fringe activities that seem to people aren't sure if they need permits, like you're talking about, them, like clearing the riparian area from vegetation, or the replacement of culverts or stream crossings. Can you talk to some of the types of activities that may not necessarily be thought of as floodplain development activities or needing a permit that actually may fall into that? I imagine it's somewhat subjective to the enforcement officer that's enforcing the floodplain development.
Okay, so the question has to do with really what is subject to a floodplain development permit. FEMA has a definition of development, which is any change to improved or unimproved real estate within the floodplain, including but not limited to, and I don't have the whole thing memorized, but paving, excavating, fill, drilling. There's just like anything in the floodplain. So what I suggest to local communities is if there's heavy equipment involved, other than a tractor that's tilling corn or whatever, if there's heavy equipment involved and it's in the floodplain, it's subject to a local permit. And part of the permit review might only be, yeah, we've looked at it, we don't see that this is going to have an adverse impact, it's not in the floodway, you're fine. If somebody's replacing a culvert with a larger culvert, that's not going to be a floodway issue because you're making at least the immediate situation better. You might actually be putting more of a slug of water downstream, but.
Does your office provide any guidance for municipalities that might want to put in place a local ordinance to prevent any new development in the floodplain?
The question has to do with guidance towards preventing any new development in the floodplain.
Model ordinances?
I don't have anything specifically on that. Certainly in the early days of the National Flood Insurance Program, there